and welcome to another session in English language. And today we are looking at different aspects of English, and our focus in today's lesson would be on formal letters and informal letters under essay writing. We're going to look at how to write good formal letters and informal letters, and also we're going to look at nominalization of infinitives. But before that, let us review the previous lesson. Welcome back. You are still in the English language class today, and our focus, like I said, would be on formal letters and informal letters. So let's begin the lesson on formal letters. Like the name implies, what are formal letters? Now we know that formal letters are letters otherwise known as what? Official letters. Okay? They are otherwise known as what? Official letters. They are letters we write to people in official positions. Okay? Letters we write to people in their official what? Position. That's just the basic or simple way of defining formal letters. Right? Then we quickly want to look at the features of the formal letter. That is, how do we know that a particular letter specimen is a formal letter? We look at first the writer's what? Address. If you're writing a formal letter, you, the writer, must have your address on the right hand corner at the top. Okay, so your address is always written at the top right hand corner of the page. Okay, so and there comes the date is always beneath the address. Please take note of that. The date is always beneath the address. Then we also have the receiver's address. Okay, that's who you are writing to. The person in that official position you are writing to. But you don't write on the same corner of the page. Okay, you write the receiver's address at the top, at the left hand corner of the page. Okay, that's where you write the receiver's address, and it comes immediately after the writer's address. Please take note, it comes at the left hand corner under the writer's address. And please, more importantly, in formal letters we use salutations that are formal too. Please, our salutation is always what? Formal in a formal letter. So we use dear sir or dear madam. Okay, remember you're writing to somebody in an official capacity. Okay, so when you can determine the sex of the person, you use dear sir or dear ma'am. Okay, madam. But if you don't know the sex, you can write dear sir / madam. Okay. Then we have what you call the heading or the topic or the title of your letter. For instance, let's say it's an employment letter or what you call an application letter. So you have to put the heading on it. Or you are writing to the Commissioner of Education requesting the construction of a library in your school. So the heading takes construction of library in your school. And most of the time we say you should write the heading. Let me write that. Write your heading in uppercase letters. Okay, write your heading in uppercase letter. Then you don't need to uppercase or what you call capital letters. Okay, so there you don't need to underline. Okay, it's only when you use other cases that you want underline. Alright, then we have the introduction too. So after your salutation, we have the heading. After the heading, we have what you call the introduction. And in the introduction, you have to be straightforward and precise, unlike the informal letter where you can greet the greetings in an informal letter. But in the formal letter, please, you don't greet. Go straight forward and be precise in your expression. Also, the body of the letter should at least, be also sequential. Okay, make sure you write your ideas. Okay, they are communicated sequentially. Okay, and please, you should write in paragraphs too, because that's one of the things you are evaluated on. There are 4 aspects that you are evaluated on under writing. Okay, we have what you call your content. Evaluated on that. We have what you call your organization. Evaluated on that. We have what you call your expression. And lastly, we have what is called your mechanical accuracy. Okay, so you are tested in these 4 areas under writing. So I can use an abbreviation OMA. Okay, C for content, CO for content. Let me just use it. C for content, O for what? Organization, E for expression, and M for what? Mechanical accuracy. So you are tested on this area. So under your body, under your the body of your letter, please make sure you use paragraphs. Paragraphing is very important. Don't mumble your ideas or your writings together. Okay, space them. Okay, and let the sequencing also reflect in your letter too. Then the conclusion should always be in a separate paragraph. Please, it should always be in a separate paragraph. Then we have what you call the subscript, or what you call the complementary close of the letter, which is most times the acceptable closing for a formal letter is yours faithfully. Yours faithfully. Don't use yours sincerely for the sake of exams. Okay, speak to yours faithfully. Then please take note, the Y under yours is written in uppercase letter. You can see now. The Y is written in uppercase letter. For every other letter that followed it is in lowercase, or what you call small letter. And please, after writing yours faithfully, please let it be followed by the comma. So you write this yours faithfully. Okay, then you include a comma. Okay, yours faithfully. Then you put your signature. Okay, put your signature. Okay, then after putting your signature, then you now put your name. Let's say JAMB. Okay, please, your name should not come before your signature. Your signature comes first, then your full name. Please, not just your first name, your full name. John Bo. Okay, John Bo. Alright, so there's a sample question for you to try on your own. Write a letter to the Commissioner of Education in your state or your community, informing him or her about the plan of your council to engage in the expansion of the only secondary school in your town, and how the council intends to implement its program to the aid of the school. So try that out using all the things I just taught you, beginning from your address word, which is the writer's address and the date, and the receiver's address, which is the Commissioner of Education, Ministry of Education, right in the capacity. Then your salutation should be dear sir if it's a he, or dear madam if it's a she. Alright, then your heading or title, what I said about that. Then you also deal with the introduction, straightforward and precise. The body of your letter, the conclusion, and the subscript is also important. And I believe with practice, it would be perfect. Then we also have what we call informal letters. Now, in the case of informal letters, these are letters we write to people who are familiar to us. People who are familiar to us. That is, people ranging from your father, in this case, your father, it could be your mother, it could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your uncle, okay? It could be your aunt, okay? It could be your half brother, it could be your friend, okay? It could be your friend. So these are letters that you write to people who are familiar with you, and it takes the following features. So number one, when you're writing your informal letter, your address is very important, and the date. Okay, Your address is very important. Please, there are two styles. I believe you should know that, okay? For the one that is required, just use the block style, okay? Write that style. Then you have your salutation. Dear, if it's your father, please do dear father, dear mother. But if it's your brother, dear brother John, dear sister Jane, dear uncle David, dear auntie Serena. But in the case of your friend, please don't write dear friend. It's wrong. I told you that before. Alright, put the name of your friend. Dear John, dear Jane, dear Jack. Okay, whatever it is that is the name of your friend, please include that when you are doing your salutation. Then we have the introduction, and I told you in this area you can greet also. Then we have the body of your letter, which you should express, and also we have the subscript, or what you call the complementary clause. And in this case, you can use what? Yours sincerely. Okay, yours what? Sincerely. Okay, remember it's only the first letter of this that will be written uppercase. Every other thing is what? Lower. It's follow with the command, then you can just put your first name, Jack. Okay, you don't need the signature here. You don't need the signature here. Like this one, informal letter. And also, quickly, let's go through what you call nominalization of infinitives. Okay, and I told you what nominalization is. Nominalization is used to change a word class into what is called nouns. So we change word classes from verbs to convert them from verbs to what? Nouns. We convert also adjectives to what? Nouns. Okay, so that's what we do under nominalization. So today we want to look at what? Verbs. How do they change? So you can see there's a verb called advise. He advised me. You can see SE. But advice, the advice I was given was wrong. So advice here is the noun. SE is what? A verb. Apologize. SE or ZE. Remember what we talked about? British spelling and American spelling. But that's apologize. I apologize to her. But in a noun, you don't use apologize. What? Apology. Authorize is in a verb. Authority is what? A noun. Choose is a verb. Choice is a noun. Fail. I failed is a verb. Failure is a noun. Okay, if we go further, we have hate is a verb. Hatred is what? Noun. Leave is a verb. Life is a noun. Oppose is a verb. Opposition is a noun. I believe you're getting this. Then we also have rob. Okay, you robbed me. Okay, then the noun is what? Robbery. Okay, we have see as a verb. Then we have sight as a noun. We have think as a verb. We have thought as a noun. We have weigh as a verb. We have what? Weight as a noun. So with this, you can try as many others as you can see the examples. We have serve, service, speak, and speech. So there are numerous infinitives that change. Alright, they are formed from verbs to nouns, and also adjectives becoming, nouns. So with this, we have come to the end of today's lesson, and I believe you learned a whole lot today. Thank you very much for joining us. And to refresh your memory and recall all that was taught in this lesson, I would encourage and love that you take the test that would appear on your screen.